Hey everyone, this is Devin from ProjectNoLimits. Today I want to talk about one of the most powerful and important tools for personal development that I have ever found. I can't tell you how many people come to me and they say, hey, I don't know where to start, I don't know what's important to me, I'm not sure what to do with my life. How do you find out what's important to you? And what should you be doing with your time? What are the few things that you could be working on that would just change everything if you got them done? The 80-20 analysis is what has the answers to these questions. Today, I want to give a total guide to you on the 80-20 analysis, and if you've never heard from it before, I want to give you just a quick rundown of it right now. So 80-20 is also called the Pareto Principle, and basically what it says is that for most things, about 80% of the effect, so the result that comes from it, will be as a result of 20% of the cause. So 20% causes 80% of the effect. Lots of studies have confirmed that you wear about 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. A lot of people spend about 80% of their time with 20% of their friends. And businesses make about 80% of their profit from 20% of their customers. My favorite one though is that about 80% of the problems in our lives come from about 20% of our problems. So we need some kind of exercise to figure out how we can maximize our life in the direction we want to take it by looking at this 80-20 principle. So in this exercise, you'll not only be able to find out what's most important to you, but you'll also be able to figure out what your largest problems are. So you'll need like a notebook or a book. I actually use a free application called Evernote for this to keep track of the analysis. And I recommend that you do this every other Friday. I tend to do this about every 2 weeks. And it should take you just about 20 minutes. So if you're ready, let's jump in. The first major question is, what is the 20% of activities and people that are producing 80% of what you want? So what are the 20% of activities and people that are producing 80% of what you want? Take bullet points and try to find the best things about your life. What are the things you're doing regularly and they make you the most fulfilled and happy? What kind of people do you spend time with that make you the happiest? So bullet point these answers and we'll move on to question 2. What are the 20% of the activities and people that are producing 80% of your problems? This is kind of the opposite of question 1, right? So what are the things that you are doing every single day that cause you to stress and worry? What are the biggest problems in your life coming from? And who are the people that are causing the most amount of problems to you? What's making you the most stressed? What's making you the most sad? What are these activities and people that are doing this? Be ruthless. Don't be afraid to bullet point everything and move on, right? Only you're probably going to see this. What are 20% of activities and people that you are taking 80% of your time? Question number 3. What are 20% of activities and people that are taking 80% of your time? This is by far the most important question for me. Think about the most time-consuming stuff in your life. What's the stuff that's taking all the time in the world, but it's really only 20% of what you would really need to do? And write that down. Those 3 questions are going to form the basis of your 80-20 analysis, right? So what are you getting out of what you want, what are your problems, and what's taking up most of your time? But I want to also give you a couple bonus questions that I've thrown in over the years, and this is the kind of stuff that has really helped me leverage my life. So question number 1 is, if you could only work 2 hours a day every single week, so 7 times 2, you would only be able to work 14 hours total. What would be your focus? Just assume that there's nothing else you could do but work 2 hours. What's the most important thing that you would need to do to be able to get the life that you want, right? 2 hours a day. Question number 2 is, what if you were forced to remove 3/4 of all of the time-consuming activity that you have? What would they be? What would be those activities? Think about everything that takes the most amount of time in your life, and what would you have to remove if you had no choice? What would those things be? Question number 3 is, what are the top 3 activities that you use to kind of feel productive? What are the activities that you just do to sort of kind of feel accomplished, but they're not really leading anywhere? It's not really anything that's actually getting something useful for you done. You're just kind of doing it because you want to feel good or like you want to feel productive about your day. What are those 3 activities? Write those down. And then finally, question number 4 is my favorite question. Let's say that you accomplish a single thing today. You just get one thing done. And that is one thing that is enough to make your entire day feel like a success, what is that one thing? There's one thing that you could do today and that would make your whole day successful. What would that be? And if you can find the answer to that question on a consistent basis, definitely write that down. So that's the whole 80-20 analysis. And now we're going to go through the action steps that we need and how we're going to work with this analysis to actually apply it to your life. So step one is to actually circle and highlight what we call the force multipliers. These are the things that if you change them, eliminated them, created them, these would change everything else in your life. Find the biggest problems or time wasters in your life and ask, how can I eliminate these? Find the things that make you the most happiest and say, how can I increase these? The advice I have for you here is be absolutely ruthless. If you were forced to get rid of the bad stuff, how would you do it? Don't be afraid to put anything on this list. After you do that, and you've just bullet pointed all the stuff that is the most important for you to eliminate or create, put together a to-do list. What are you going to commit to changing? What are you going to do about the issues you circled? Just really simple answers, here's what I'm going to do. And for any of the ones that you don't solve by doing that, make sure for step 3 you put together a not to-do list. What are you not going to do? What are you going to commit to not doing? A lot of people don't think about this. And with to-do lists are very common. Not to-do lists, not common, very important. Make sure that you write a not to-do list of everything you can think of that you are going to commit to not doing, that you're going to commit to eliminating. And that is really it. That's basically the whole 80-20 analysis. I think we tend to think of things and stress over things that we really could eliminate pretty easily, but we don't. And we could find a way to solve most of these issues. When I started doing 80-20, I realized it doesn't take that much to get rid of all of my biggest time consumers and problems. Once I've identified them, I can say, okay, these are the things that I need to focus on, and then I can just go through either doing the stuff that I need to do to make those things go away or not doing certain things so I can maximize my time and I can be the happiest. So use 80-20 to focus on the most important things in your life. As a follow-up to this video also, in the next couple of days, I'm going to actually be showing you exactly how to go through an example plan. So make sure you actually stay tuned for that. It will be an accompanying video to this one. Probably 1 or 2 days, I'll just be doing a quick video that just goes through an 80-20 analysis. So if this video was confusing in any way, you'll be able to actually see how I do an 80-20 analysis, and I'll be putting that up on YouTube for you. So if you are wanting to try an 80-20 analysis yourself and go through your life and just see what are the things that you could change, please tell me in the comments if you did this and if it was successful. Alternatively, send me an example of a one that you did. I can think my email address right now is ProjectNoLimits@live.com. So if you actually did one of these 80-20 analyses and it had some great effect on you, send me a mail about that. I love hearing how these things influence you. So that's it for this video. That's the 80-20 analysis. Again, there will be another video coming up on this. Thanks a lot. I really hope this video served you in some way. That's why I create these. My name again was Devin from Project No Limits, so I'll see you guys again next time.